Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm headed to Seattle to go pick up the Bronco, Matt's Bronco. It's about 3:30 in the morning. We have to drive to Denver to get a flight out of Denver because Colorado Springs Airport's not all that friendly to fly out of. And then off to the Penske dealership to get the truck and the trailer, and then off to Matt's to get the Bronco. It's going to be an interesting day. So we have made it to Seattle, and we're in Bellevue currently, headed to Kirkland. We're going to go pick up the Bronco here in just a few minutes, stop by O'Reilly's, get a cover, get some bins to put some parts in, and then we're going to head to Matt's house. Man, this place is beautiful. Matt, you were a very lucky guy. Very beautiful place. All right, headed to O'Reilly's to get a cover. So as you can see, I'm fighting Seattle traffic, trying to get back out. Just picked up the Bronco from Matt. It's about a 2-hour process, getting all the parts together and then finding a way to get the truck onto the trailer. And now we're going to head through the mountains outside of Seattle on I-90 and see if we can't get across this pass before the snowstorm sets in and we can't get across. This is exactly how I thought Seattle would be. So that was an interesting drive through the mountains on I-90. We got to the other side and it is dry. At least the roads are dry here in Yakima, Washington. You can see this is some beautiful terrain. Such a beautiful area. Let's go check out the Bronco and see how everything worked. Made it through unscathed. Get a little bit of water, but it isn't bad. That is some kind of bridge back there. Holy crap. All right, we're gonna saddle back up and head for Yakima, Washington, get a bite to eat, and continue on our trip. This is the excitement of getting home from Washington to Colorado through Idaho and Oregon. So right now we're on a pass in Oregon. Well, another pass, and this time in Idaho. Take that back. We're still another pass in Oregon. Another pass. Well, it is the morning of day 2. Stopped at a Love's to get about an hour and a half worth of sleep, which the little power nap did an amazing job of giving me my second wind. But this whole trip, basically from when I got into the mountains outside of Seattle, all the way to right now where I'm in Utah, has been a non-stop blizzard. There has been maybe one gap of about 20 miles where there was no snow. And the average moving speed is something like 40 miles an hour. So trying to get up 1,300 miles at 40 miles an hour is pretty easy math. So this is taking significantly longer than I had planned. The rig in the back is doing an amazing job. It's just these roads are horrible. They're not clearing them very well, and along with the construction and everything else, it's making it a lot longer trip than normal. But having a good time. Really enjoyed meeting Matt, seeing Seattle. It was beautiful there, even though it was raining. And I'm excited to get this Bronco back and start working on it. All right. Well, it's been, as you can see, we have been through about 700 miles of blizzard, and the cover is held, but holy crap, just barely. We got to get this thing home as fast as possible. We're still about 800 miles away, something like that. I don't know. At 35 miles an hour. And then not to add insult to injury, the wind is blowing across the highway now at about 40 miles an hour, which is making it even more challenging. But it's an adventure pulling this Bronco home. And it'll be in the garage tonight, as long as it dries out. And we'll start sorting all the parts and everything tomorrow, and then getting a game plan. We kind of got an idea from Matt on what his end game was on the Bronco. We're going to take that into consideration. We also had kind of a little bit of a game plan for this Bronco, but then we also want to know what you guys think. And so now we have two Broncos. We know what's going to happen to the first one. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with Matt's Bronco. So think about that. I'll be asking that question here in the next few days. I mean, that's the story, right? Bought the Bronco because it has a well-documented history. Basically seen every nut and bolt that's gone into that Bronco restoration firsthand, so you can't beat that. So when I go to pick it up, I mean, I'm not going to go and have a shipper pick it up, bring it back. That wouldn't be fun at all. You need to fly out there, drive it back in a blizzard, in a hurricane blizzard, have highway shutdowns and construction mess, and a 20-hour drive turning into a 40-hour drive, and sleeping in your truck, peeing in a cup. I didn't pee in a cup. I came close. Come on, I'm a little more civilized than that. A little more civilized than that. Everything about this Bronco isn't just the fact that it's a Bronco, it's the story behind the Bronco. It's got a story unlike many, and now that I have it, I can put an exclamation point on the history of this Bronco, and that makes me feel good. It motivates me significantly, and I'm glad that you guys can see it finished. Just going to put a lot of pressure on me to finish it. God, it's beautiful out here. Alright, well, it finally cleared up. So we're outside of Ogden, Utah, headed to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and it's a bright, sunshiny day. Some clouds off in the distance, but I don't think they're dropping precip. So we're up to a healthy 65 miles per hour, and should be clear sailing all the way back to Colorado Springs. Well, that was fun. 1,300 miles. The snow and blizzard was about 900 miles of that. And as you can see, I'll put the map up. This was the last 24 hours of the trip, how much snow fell. And remember, I went from Seattle down through the eastern tip of Oregon, through Boise, down through Salt Lake City. So you can see all of those bands of, 8 to 12 inch snow throughout that. So that made it interesting, made it fun. Then towards the end there, I thought we had clear sailing, and then the wind started, and across Colorado we had 60 mile an hour winds, which I didn't film because honestly it took every single bit of my driving skill not to roll that truck. I almost stopped a couple of times because it got dangerous. But we made it back, and tomorrow, part 2, we're going to be unloading the truck and all the parts into the new garage, and that was a lot of fun. So had I to do it again and go through there, I may have gone through Montana and had a subscriber asked to come through Montana so they can see Matt's Bronco. And if I had gotten that message earlier, I probably would have taken that route because there was significantly less snow. But still had fun. It was a great time. Tomorrow, part 2.